Okay, everybody, one of the leaders in AI technology, Karpathy, just gave a glowing review of Tesla's FSD, so much so that the following day, he had a very interesting post talking about his vision for what self-driving is going to look like in the near future. This is from Karpathy yesterday on the 13th. I am unreasonably excited about self-driving. It will be the first technology in many decades to visibly terraform outdoor physical spaces and way of life. Less parked cars, less parking lots, much greater safety for people in and out of cars, less noise pollution, more space reclaimed for humans, human brain cycles and attention capital freed up from lane following to other pursuits. Cheaper, faster, programmable delivery of physical items and goods. It won't happen overnight, but there will be the era before and the era after. Now, in case you're not familiar, and we follow this very closely on the channel, Tesla has been working on full self-driving capability for its vehicles since like 2017, 2018, and they just released their latest version, V14, that is blowing people's minds. Now I'm going to read Karpathy's review of FSD, and what's amazing about this review is that it's not even for V14, it's for V13, which is the version one behind that I have. My guess is Andre will get this here in the next couple days, and it's probably going to blow his mind. And here's a post from Elon Musk insinuating as much that wait until Andre gets V14, it's really going to blow his mind. And here's his review. I took delivery of a beautiful, shiny hardware Ford Tesla Model X today, so I immediately took it out for an FSD test drive, a bit like I used to do almost daily for 5 years. In case you're not familiar, Karpathy used to work for Tesla about 9 years ago. He was the head of AI, and he's one of the key reasons why Tesla is where they are today from a self-driving capability. Basically, I'm amazed. It drives really, really well, smooth, confident, noticeably better than what I'm used to on Hardware 3, my previous car. Hardware 3 is the older model of self-driving technology that Tesla has in their vehicles. They've had it in their car since 2017. They started switching over to Hardware 4 about a couple of years ago, and there's this big thing going on in the Tesla community right now where Hardware 3 owners, including myself, I have a Model Y on Hardware 3, they're not getting the latest software. And Tesla has promised customers that they're going to take care of them, but there's a lot of angst, including myself. Where is FSD V14 for my Hardware 3? Come on guys, let's get this figured out. And eons ahead of the version, I remember driving up Highway 280 on my first day at Tesla 9 years ago, where I had to intervene every time the road mildly curved or sloped. No, this is V13, my car hasn't been offered the latest V14 yet. On the highway, I felt like a passenger in some super high-tech maglev train pod. The car is locked in the center of the lane while I'm looking out from my Model X's higher vantage point and its panoramic front window, listening to the incredible sound system or chatting with Grok. What's unique about Tesla vehicles is that they have LLMs like Grok, which is basically a ChatGPT competitor, in the car as part of the software. So you can long press the microphone button on the steering wheel, and then instead of just saying, navigate me to whatever, McDonald's or Burger King, you can actually converse with their chatbot, with their ChatGPT-like voice AI named Grok. On city streets, the car casually handled a number of tricky scenarios that I remember losing sleep over just a few years ago. It negotiated incoming cars in tight lanes. It gracefully went around construction and temporarily in-lane stationary cars. It corrected timed tricky left turns with incoming traffic from both sides. It gracefully gave way to the car that went out of order in the four-way stop sign. It found the way to squeeze into a bumper-to-bumper traffic to make its turn. It overtook the bus that was loading passengers but still stopped for the stop sign that was blocked by the bus. And at the end of the route, it circled around a parking lot, found a spot, and parked. Basically a flawless drive. Now, the reason why Tesla vehicles are able to do this is because they use an AI-based software platform. Companies like Waymo, who do phenomenal work in their own right, have figured out how to have self-driving vehicles by almost brute forcing self-driving by using human code and a bunch of different sensors like LiDAR, ultrasonics, cameras as well, and other sensors to teach the car how to drive or to tell it how to drive. Tesla's approach is different. They have an AI brain in the headquarters where they fed billions of miles from driving data from drivers in the Tesla fleet that have collected data from the last 7-8 years. They fed this thing to an AI brain, and the AI brain has figured out how to drive. And then the AI brain sends the code. This is a very simplistic way of thinking about it. It sends the code to the vehicles on how to drive based on how the AI learned how to drive. Very similar to how chess works now with AI, if you're familiar with the chess stuff, with like Stockfish and these AI-based models that have figured out how to play chess. If you play chess on chess.com, you have the evaluation bar is an AI telling you, hey, this is what the position looks like. It's exactly the same with driving. They have an AI brain that has figured out how to drive, and it's executing those actions on the road based on good driving behavior from the fleet of Tesla drivers from the last 7 or 8 years. For context, I'm used to going out for a brief test drive around the neighborhood to return with 20 clips of things that could be improved. It's new for me to do just that and exactly like I used to, but come back with nothing. Perfect drive, no notes. I expect there's still more work for the team in the long march of nines, but it's just so cool to see that we're beyond finding issues on any individual 1 hour drive around the neighborhood. You actually have to go to the fleet and mine them. And again, this is a reminder, this is on V13, this isn't on their latest version of V14, which Tesla says the company has taken in a big step in how it analyzes data by maximizing the number of things the computer can handle at once, which helps the car make better decisions based on its training data. Back then, I processed the incredible promise of vehicle autonomy at scale in a fully scalable, vision-only, end-to-end Tesla way, only intellectually. But now it is possible to feel it intuitively too if you just go out for a drive. This is something that I've been harping on for a really long time on this channel. Tesla's key competitive advantage is not so much solving the self-driving stack, it's doing so at scale. This software that Andre's talking about can be uploaded, and the latest version, V14, can be uploaded to a fleet of millions of vehicles with a software update, because Tesla has been selling these cars already with the necessary hardware to execute the AI actions. Wait, of course surround video stream at 60 Hz processed by a fully dedicated quote-unquote driving brain neural net will work, and it will be so much better and safer than a human driver. Did anyone else think otherwise? This is a very technical way of saying that using just cameras and an AI brain can drive just as good, if not better, than a human because it's always paying attention, and that's the only job of the computer. The big debate in the self-driving world, especially with Tesla and competitors, is like, well, Tesla is not going to figure out how to do it with just cameras because it's not safe enough. You need LiDAR, you need radar, you need ultrasonics. And Elon from eons ago said, nope, it's vision only. If humans can do it with 2 eyes and a neck, where we can, move our head around and look at our surroundings and we have mirrors, just replicate those vantage points on the car by having 8 cameras around the car and put an AI brain in the car that works just like a human brain, and its only job is to drive.
They're all going to dump LiDAR. That's my prediction. Mark my words. I should point out that I don't actually super hate LiDAR as much as it may sound, but at SpaceX, SpaceX Dragon uses LiDAR to navigate to the space station and dock. Not only that, SpaceX developed its own LiDAR from scratch to do that, and I spearheaded that effort personally. Because in that scenario, LiDAR makes sense. And in cars, it's friggin' stupid. It's expensive and unnecessary, and as Andre was saying, once you solve vision, it's worthless.
It seems obvious in retrospect that that was going to work, but because that was such a huge, novel approach for the longest time, there were a lot of doubters out there. But on this channel and many other Tesla-specific channels and channels that really cover the technology closely, we all knew that this was going to work. Not just because Elon said it was going to work, but because if you really think about it from a logical perspective and you start doing your research and you start actually experiencing the technology firsthand by owning a Tesla vehicle and using FSD all the time, that's the same conclusion you would come to. It's not pulled out of thin air. It's based on literally thousands of hours of research. And then on the same post, he goes into a bunch of technical stuff that I recommend you guys go check out if you're interested in the technical stuff from this post. I'll leave a link for that in the comment section below. But this is really a huge signal that one of the most trusted, most respected, smartest people in the AI space has given such a glowing review of Tesla's full self-driving physical AI stack. And that's one thing that I really want to talk about to end this video is a lot of people, when they think about AI, they think about ChatGPT, they think about Grok, they think about Gemini, that box you now get on Google when you type something and it gives you an AI answer. A lot of people think about AI as a digital form. But the reality is that Tesla is one of the very few companies out there, especially at scale, with a lot of cars on the road, that have solved for an AI in the physical world. Self-driving in a Tesla is a manifestation of artificial intelligence in the physical world. That's what some people call embodied AI. And that same technology is going to propagate to humanoid robots, and it's going to propagate to God knows what other form factors in the physical world. That's going to do a lot of things. That's going to massively drop the cost of transportation. It's going to massively drop the cost of human labor, physical labor. But on the flip side, it's also going to displace a lot of jobs or outright prevent any jobs from existing from today that humans are used to. And so it's going to require all of us to think of a way to move to this new world, this post-scarcity world, where we don't have to do these jobs, and instead AI does the job for us? That's a huge question. We need our governments and our citizens to think about this question deeply to ensure that human value, just us existing, is the most important thing and not our labor. Our existence is the most important thing, not the work that we do to generate income. Because when a robot exists that can do that already better than us, like a driver or a robot or whatever, we need to ensure that we're protecting ourselves by ensuring that our life is valuable. Let me know what you think of this video in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. And if you want to join my community where I talk about this all the time, visit my website, farzad.fm. We have a bunch of free stuff on there already, but we have a lot of exclusive stuff as well that you can view by signing up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was informative and helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.